Let's talk about your Buffalo Bills because I know there's nothing you'd rather talk about. It has been a terrific season, and I have heard a lot of people say that the Bills, who for 20 years were trying to find their quarterback after the Jim Kelly era, came to an end, that they finally have. What do you see in Josh Allen, the young star quarterback for the Bills?
Well, I just number one, I just continue to pray he keeps getting better. You know what? You hope and pray that he is the guy. He's shown a lot of things that we have not had for a long time. Number one is his leadership. I saw from the first day that I went to watch a practice when he was a rookie. I saw the way he handled himself. I saw the way he was around people. And even lately, as you saw some of the games lately, see him when they put the camera on him on the sidelines and see him going around talking to the O-line and making sure that, his message becomes clear to everybody. And he just needs to continue to get better. There are plays that, what I'm sure every quarterback, when you watch the tape, when you come back, you say, wow, why did I do that? Or, boy, I missed that one. Or, the whole way around. I like what I see, but time will only tell. But I'll tell you what, it's a better feeling now than I've had, in the years past, thinking, okay, this is not the guy, it's our answer. And I pray and continue to pull for Josh that he is the guy.
Jim Kelly with me here on ESPN Radio. That sort of brings me right to something that I've been thinking about, and it came up on the TV show this morning, and that is that an unintended consequence of the new labor agreement where there's a rookie salary cap is that teams are willing to give up on quarterbacks much more quickly than they used to. You remember, Jim, that you draft a quarterback, now you take a quarterback at the high in the first round, he would become one of the highest paid players in the entire NFL. And so you would spend 5-6 years, if you couldn't get him right immediately, trying to develop the player. Now, because they don't have that, teams are much more willing to very quickly move past a quarterback. And in some ways, that's good. But I wonder if in some ways, a lot of guys' careers will just never work out. Like, how quickly do you think you can decide that a quarterback just doesn't have it? It used to be that you would give guys years to develop. And are you concerned that maybe we're moving a little too quickly past some guys in the league right now?
You know what? I think if you are a good enough head coach and you have good people around you that you have confidence in, I think you will learn within a year or two if this guy's right for you. I know sometimes it takes the right system around some quarterbacks. I know when they come out of college, they're under, the run-pass option, and maybe that's not the system that you had when he came in, but you're willing to change it to benefit his positives. And but you know what? Me personally, I think I'm a pretty good judge of what I see. I still need to see, different things from different players, whether they can make it or not. Patrick Mahomes, good. I mean, that's a good one right there. I was the honorary captain and quarterback coach 2 years ago at the Pro Bowl, and I was there with, Deshaun Watson, Andrew Luck, and Mahomes. And I just saw Mahomes, everything he did was exactly what you'd want in a quarterback. And even though the other guys were very good too, I just saw Mahomes a little bit better than probably a regular coach would see. So I don't know. Sometimes, you might be able to judge them if you know what you're doing a little sooner than waiting 3 or 4 years down the road. And if you're a very good coach and you understand what the position of quarterback means, then I think you can move ahead, and whether you want them or you don't.
Yeah, I buy that. If you have the right coach, you can do it. And if I had Jim Kelly watching him, you can do it. Unfortunately, if you have the wrong coach, you wind up maybe ruining the player. And I'm not speaking personally about any situation that might be very near and dear to my heart, Jim. Don't get me wrong. Don't think that I'm sitting here venting about my team and my situation. But I am sitting here telling you that if Sam Darnold had been drafted by Marv Levy and had been surrounded by Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas and all of these guys, that we would be talking about him differently than they're talking about him now. That is the only thing I'm trying to say.
Oh, I totally get it. And you know what? You're only as good as the players around you. And I know that's an old cliche, but I'll tell you what. I would not have been the same quarterback if I didn't have James Lofton, Thurman Thomas in my backfield, Andre Reed, in the slot, and of course Kent Hall, my center, in front of me. And plus, I probably wouldn't have wanted to call all the plays. I probably would rather had it sent in from the sidelines, but I knew what I had around me. And I get it when you talk about Sam Darnold. I think he's a good quarterback, but he's one of the guys that would be hard for me to say, he was a bust or, give him some time, because I'm not around him in the locker room. I don't see him all the time. I don't watch the Jets play all the time. So for me, as a former quarterback, if you study him more, I could definitely tell you whether I think he's the real deal or not. And that's what the same way with Josh Allen. I think he is the real deal, but there's things that you wish that he'd been able to grasp a hold of a little sooner. And but you know what? I think with the people that he has around him now, he's going to get better. But as I can tell you, Bruce Smith, Darryl Talley, a Cornelius Bennett will tell you, you are not winning major games if you don't have a defense. So our defense for the Bills have to get a little better. We got to get some pass rush in there to give these opportunities to the offense a little bit more than we've seen. But I like what I see, but they still got to get better.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.